Hi Virgo, this is your Mid Jun 2019 reading. Virgo, as we spoke about it in the new moon video as well, this is a very critical month for you because at the start of the month, we are given an opportunity to initiate something new in our career, and towards the end of the month, our home, family, and personal life comes into huge focus. Something comes into focus that needs to be balanced out in our personal life because career is taking a lot of attention. So your critical axis is getting activated this month. Something new begins in the career, and at the same time something in home and family requires your attention, and both of these are under the beautiful influence, the expansive influence of Jupiter Neptune meeting each other, which are known to help us expand, get inspired, and do something larger than life. And for you, because they are impacting both your career start as well as your personal life, you'll want to do something larger than life in both. So the question becomes balancing the two. At the start of the month, we had a new moon at around 12 to 13 degree of Gemini, which is your house of career, and you might have seen or will see an opportunity to begin again or infuse a new energy in your career, in your reputation, in what you want to be known as in the first 2 weeks all the way till 17th of June this month. And that is specifically true if you have planets around 12 or 13 degree of Virgo, which means if you're a Virgo sun born around 5th of September. But this will be true for most of you because this is a critical axis. So all of us have access to this energy to expand our career opportunities, to engage in speaking engagements, writing engagements, reading about organization, becoming a senior in a career, wanting to change things up in our career, want to engage in something more exciting, interesting, which expands our exposure in our career. Look at connecting with people for work more, look at advertisement, look at publishing, look at traveling and meeting people for career expansion essentially. But the end goal is to expand this area of our life by initiating something new here. And this week, from 10th of June all the way till 12th of June, as we spoke about in the new moon video, we have Jupiter Neptune making an aspect and shifting your philosophy for work to some extent. It is showing you a different approach to your career. It is showing you a different way of doing things which requires you to move away from your comfort zone. It is showing you a different way of unlocking opportunity possibly in your career at this point in time, which requires you to shift the way you connect with other people. Jupiter, Neptune this year, they're dissolving your old ways of relating with others. It could be one-on-one relationship with your clients, the way you connect to your clients, the way you connect to your business partner, the way you connect to your committed relationship partner. It wants you to elevate these relationships to another level and form a different pattern which serves you better, that expands the comfort that you receive out of these partnerships, because these partnerships are there to support us, to work with us, to be in unison with us. So if you find a dissonance in these partnerships, that you do not have people supporting you enough, whether in your personal life or in your professional life, these two planets together this year want to shift that. They want to change that model. They want to change the way you connect with people. They want to change the very ideology of a partnership and of a pattern of partnership that you had in your mind. This pattern started in January when we had these two planets meet together for the first time on 13th of January. That seeded a new way of doing things with your clients, with your partner, or initiated a new opportunity for a business partnership. Now we are in a gestation period. They're meeting for the second time now on 16th of June, where you are adding to that where you're shifting direction. You're finding a new way of doing things when it comes to your partnerships, whether business or personal, which will help you expand further both in your personal life and in your career. And that is what we are imbibing into this new career start, as well as in what we are doing in our home and family towards the end of the month. This is a very fruitful aspect, but it comes with a lot of confusion and to some extent over the top emotions this month, this month as well as during the course of this year. This is a 9-month birthing process that initiated on 13th of January. Now we're in the middle of it in the second meeting now on 16th of June, and the final birthing will happen on 21st of September, in the month of September, when these two meet for the last time to create a new ideology, to create a new format of your home and family, to create a new format of how you want to connect with somebody. Relationship matters can be confusing right now. You might find that your partnerships are undergoing some amount of changes. But at the same time, there is a dissolution of what does not serve you well in a partnership, what is not real in terms of patterns, as well as to some extent the people who you connect with one-on-one. If those relationships you have outgrown, or they are not going to be serving you as we move forward in our life, as you're walking a new path now, those will dissolve as we move forward. What or who is leaving your life right now? You have outgrown them. So the dependency is already gone. Neptune dissolves what's not real in our life. What's going away was anyways not something that you were attached to anymore. But at the same time, it can feel like a confusion. Why are some of the friends leaving my life? Why is the partnership I have with my committed partner for so many years changing right now? Why am I expecting different things out of that partnership? Why am I looking for an idealistic way of doing business with a partner who supports and works with me in unison? That is because Neptune wants you to get the idealistic and the best possible and the highest format of partnership and relationships. So you will connect with different people, and the people who you have outgrown, they will leave your life. Or at the very best, the way you're connecting with your partner, that will change. Neptune is gunning for something very idealistic. It is going for a union which is based on reciprocity, where we have acceptance of other person's need and a love that does not cling, that does not swallow a person. Similarly, a person who you would be involved with in a business partnership, you would expect that relationship to be idealistic as well. You would work very, very hard to make it work in a way that is balanced. But at the same time, sometimes when Neptune is so strong, we don't see the flaws. We idealize a person, and that is something we want to be careful about. Neptune in the 7th, like you are naturally as well, always wants to rescue the other person. It wants to look for the potential in the other person, which is great, which is your strength. You always look for potential in the other person and you bring that out by helping them. But at the same time, we can make that person dependent on us, because we become very permissive, very tolerant, but it is not something that is serving you well, especially when you're working so hard in giving birth to your legacy. So there is a balance required. You're being asked to toe a very tough and difficult thin line, which is the thin line between being too permissive in a partnership, in a relationship, but at the same time continuing the strength that you have of bringing the best out of people, bringing this unselfish love that you give to people. Because Virgo, you have the biggest heart. I've spoken about it so many times. But at the same time, you have to have the energy to cater to your dreams, to bring about what you truly came to earth to do. And that is your purpose that you're working on right now. You're working on a legacy. You're working on your passions. You're working on giving birth to something that is an extension of you, whether it is your child, it's a business, or a creative venture that you're working on. In order for you to deliver that new business, this legacy, this passion. You need to get rid of certain relationship patterns that are affecting you and dissolve those patterns so you're free to have those energy to be effective in your business, in your career, in your passions. And this will be helping you to commit to a path. It will help you go towards an elevated path because you'll feel not used anymore. You'll feel that you are doing something which is in cohesion with the other person. So this is the month when you'll find an alternative reality being exposed to you, which will show you how we can achieve that difficult balance. And that might bring about a shift in your approach, and that might unlock an opportunity when it comes to your career as well. That is the overall theme in my view, what's happening with the new moon as well as with the full moon at the end of the month. This aspect of Jupiter Neptune is happening at 18 degree 43 minutes of Pisces. So you will see that if you have planets around 18 or 19 degree of Virgo, a few degrees before, a few degrees after. If you're a Virgo sun, you'll have this affect you if you're born around 11th or 12th of September, a few days before, a few days after. A few precautions which I keep for myself, and I like you to benefit from it if possible. The first thing is immunity. When Neptune is so strong, our immunity is very low. Our boundaries are very low overall. So being careful in terms of taking the requisite vitamins, taking the requisite nutritional, if you have any deficiency, being careful of that this month, that it can flare up to some extent. Chemical sensitivity, any kind of allergies that we might have, they can flare up this month. So being careful and proactive about that, especially around 21st of this month when Neptune will be very strong. Being careful in terms of intake of food and any kind of drugs, any kind of chemical exposure in form of any substances, they can react way more. Even alcohol can react way more than before. You'll feel it more in your body as compared to before. At the same time, because our boundaries are low, you want to be careful in terms of being used by somebody, sort of being drawn into somebody else's drama or somebody else's deficiency, somebody else's issues like it's your own. Because we feel everything when Neptune is strong. We feel what's happening in another person's life, in another country, in another leader's life. We feel that personally. You have to have healthy boundaries for you to be able to do what you are supposed to do, what you are here to do. Virgo, you are here to give birth to your legacy. Having healthy boundaries allows you to help somebody while keeping that in check. So being careful of your boundaries, especially when it comes to your client situation with your partners in one-on-one relationships, keeping the boundaries of what's going on in other person's life versus yours. At the same time, being careful, especially in client communications, because there might be things up in the air. Confusing communication is possible with partners as well as with clients. Be very straightforward in your communication. Be very stark and clear and careful in your communication. The third thing is idealizing a person. We may not see what's happening with the other person, and we might get them into our close network, and that might have already happened. What will happen from 21st of June all the way till September will be, we'll start seeing the reality of some of the people. So being careful that you're not being used by somebody because your boundaries are lower. You might be very, very permissive with somebody as you do that. So being careful of that is something which I would suggest you to do. But overall, it makes an excellent client person. It makes for an excellent musician. It makes for an excellent artist. It makes for an excellent counselor, because your sensitivity and openness to opinions different from you makes you very, very attractive, very charming, very, very positive in a client situation. You can persuade somebody very easily. You'll be able to use your skills of persuasion, of charm, of creativity to buy somebody else's viewpoint very easily. You can command thoughts, you can command behavior to some extent. So using that wisely, especially if you are in a sales situation, this can help you in a client situation very well, using the softer approach, using the approach of knowing that this is the month when the softer way of handling clients will work better than facts, figures, and being straightforward to some extent. So just be aware of that. If you feel very ungrounded, walking on green grass helps. Lynn Coiner, who I follow for medical astrology, she suggests eating red meat. I've never tried it myself, but it's supposed to calm the solar plexus. So if you feel very ungrounded, eating red meat, good quality red meat, could help briefly. Bach flower remedy called clematis. Clematis is something that is taken. It's a Bach flower remedy. Again, use it under guidance of somebody. And if you really feel ungrounded, you can message and I can write the name of what I know. Wearing black tourmaline on your body as a crystal. It blocks negative energy and you're susceptible to people being negative around you. You'll feel it personally. They will draw out energy from you if they're negative. So being careful of your boundaries is very important so you don't attract users. At the same time, your business, your child, you working on your passions, it grounds you, it protects you, it keeps you engaged and grounded on the final goal, and that is your helping hand. That helps create a structure around this nebulous energy, which is very inspiring but at the same time confusing. So keeping an eye on the prize, on you giving birth to your legacy, will help you ground this in a productive way, especially when it comes to your business. So that's the overall. Now let's get into the rest of the month. Keeping the eye on the prize from 12th of June all the way till 16th of June, you will feel very, very driven with your eye firmly set on the goal, which is you making a big wealth idea work. It could be in form of making a connection with somebody who's influential. It could be in form of creating acceptability of your product. It could be in form of you networking, meeting with the right kind of people. You want to move out of a situation where you are not honoring your ability to make a business work. You want to be successful at a larger scale, and you'll find the drive within you right now with Mars and North Node meeting together. You want to make it work, and you want to make it work now. So there will be high amount of energy, ambition, enthusiasm available to you from 12th to 16th of June. Especially, it is just getting started. It will extend all the way till 23rd of June, but it takes a different shape after 18th of June. It takes a different view after 18th of June. Right now, you might be working under some constraints. You might be finding that there are certain gaps that are highlighted in our approach, which, as I mentioned, that will just help you plug it in, which will just help make it all better. So there might be feedback coming either through a conversation with somebody in your business network or through just restrictions coming your way in your ability to take risk in your business or even in your personal life to some extent. But it is a pressure that generates diamonds. So taking the feedback into viewpoint and continue to work in that direction is going to be my suggestion. It is the time to sort of get rid of certain barriers which were holding you back. We spoke about it before as well. You are shifting the way you take risk in your life, the way you take risk on your talents, the way you take risk in your personal life, the way you parent your child. That all is undergoing significant amount of shifts, and that will be part of the eclipse theme in July when a karmic shift happens in this direction, you release the old barrier that was stopping the flow of your creativity and flow this on a wider scale by presenting something to a larger audience or launching a new phase of your business or launching your creativity at a larger scale. That launch comes in July with the eclipses. Now becomes the time when you start already working on that new start, and you'll be very driven from 12th to 16th of June to get that thing off the ground. The thing to be careful about, we'll be so driven that we don't care how it comes about. And that can cause some frictions because there's a push and pull here. But it's an easier energy for you. It's an easier issue for you to resolve. So if a friction comes either through a friend, or a friction comes with an influential business partner, or a friction comes from a client, it is the time to just imbibe that as additional feedback that is coming your way to make this into perfection. Just share your intentions with your tribe. Be open with the people who you're working with. Let them know what you're trying to get and be open to their feedback. Be open to what's coming back to you from your network. You're easing the child within you to share your bold self in non-threatening, inclusive way with a larger set of audience. In order to do that, certain barriers go down, certain ego compromises are required, and certain new approaches emerge. But you are showing your flexible self and adjusting to the new trends, and that offers you a lot of success. Now, this is especially true from 12th to 16th of June if you have planets around 17 to 19 degree of Virgo, which is around 10th to 12th of September born. But what happens is that the degrees further down, all the way till 23, 24 degree of Virgo, will also get impacted by that. So people who are born between 12th to 16th of September as Virgo sun will also see the influence of that. In fact, if you're born around 10th, 11th, 12th of September, it might be a little bit of ego tussle as well. You might get into a turning point, a mini crisis, maybe even a conflict with an authority figure, which you want to be careful about. The dates to look out for where the intensity and energy will be very high, and I spoke about it in the Angarak yoga video also, which I did earlier in the month, are 13th of June, 19th of June, and 27th of June. These are trigger points. Intensity of emotions and to some extent anger would be high on these dates. So the advantage of astrology is the foresight. So being careful on these dates on 13th of June, on 19th of June and 27th of June, especially if you have planets around 22, 23, 24 degree of Virgo, which is 9, 10th, 11th, all the way till 13th September, even a further down. So being careful of later degrees essentially. From 10th of September all the way till 16th of September, I would say being careful of these restrictions, hold back, power struggles that you might feel. You want to express yourself, and anybody or anything that comes in the way of your ambition, of your ability to express your creativity in your business could face a power struggle, which you're required to break through from. You are required to break through from the old barriers. You are required, your way to success, your road to success is to truly express yourself, but you are required to create a social demand of your talents as well. You are required to create a family outside your family with the friends, with a new tribe as well. That is also road to your success. So you have to balance out and be a little bit flexible in how you handle that situation where you are creating these new networks, you are creating these new business networks, friendships, new circles, new tribe, but at the same time you stay true to yourself. You stay true to who you are, who your soul is. And on 15th of June, you might see a way out in that, because we have a beautiful grand water trine being created on 15th of June in your house of relationships, sharing your life and having a positive environment created between your clients, between the way you network, finding a right way of making a point, which may not be so direct, which might be indirect, which might be more soft, which might be using more emotions in a positive fashion to persuade somebody, will come handy around 15th or 16th of June. 14th, 15th or 16th of June is the day when you might find an alternative approach to sort of come about the same results, but in a easier fashion. This is easy energy. You find an easy way of resolving a conflict with a client, a conflict with a business partner, something that you want to be done, you want to get done to create gains for you, to create recognition for you, which comes with the eclipses in July. July is the time of rewards for all the work that is being done this month. So you're working on sort of straightening out the kinks right now up front before the start happens. Now, in order to get there, a softer approach works in my viewpoint, especially around 14th, 15th or 16th of month. And this is again especially true if your planets around 18, 19, 20 degree of Virgo, which is around 11th or 12th of September. You're most benefited by the grand water trine of 14th, 15th and 16th of this month. That brings me to the full moon that is happening on 17th of June, which will have an impact on you all the way till 2nd of July. This is a full moon, a very, very ambitious, expansive, idealistic full moon in your home, family, inner world. The full moon on 17th of June is happening at 26 degree of Sagittarius. This is a degree of a person on a mission. You are on a mission to do something which is required to be completed when it comes to your family, home, relocation, real estate, or something in your personal life that has come to light and needs to be culminated, needs to be discussed, need to be closed on. That becomes your mission for the next 2 weeks, starting from 17th of June, while you continue to parallelly work on this networking, on your business opportunity, on presenting something, on publishing something, bringing out to a larger audience in July. But for the next 2 weeks, this home and family thing does take your attention, and the balance of your home and family versus your career comes into play. The property you might be moving into, it is expanded, or maybe you want to make an extension to your existing property, or maybe you're looking to sort of relocate to a new country altogether. You want to find a home away from home. You are a traveler at your core, so you want to maybe make a foreign country your home, and you could be benefited by making foreign country your home. You want to sort out something in your personal life and what is required for you to be comfortable, what is your base that can help you support your career moving forward. This is especially true if you have planets in the end degree of Virgo, around 25, 26, 27 degree, a few degrees before, a few degrees after of Virgo, which is if you're born a few days, 2 or 3 days before or after 18th or 19th of September, you'll feel this very strongly. It could be something that has been highlighted to be managed in your home and family life, and it's very adventurous, it's very active, it's something that requires to be done quickly, it requires a lot of energy, it requires you to maybe travel, relocate, or just move from one place to another. It's a new adventure, it's very spontaneous, very much positive and expansive when it comes to your personal life. It can add to you, but it might require you to do something which is like you're on a mission. You will be very idealistic. You would want to do it perfectly. You would want to, as you normally do most of the things, but you will be on a mission to get it right. And at the same time, if there is a personal issue that you want to sort of sort out for once with your family, with your home, if something comes to light, something might come out in the open with respect to your mother, with respect to your family property, your ancestry, ancestral property, something might come to light. You'll be very idealistic, very high when it comes to morals with respect to resolving that dispute. You would hold yourself and others to a higher moral code, and that is how you should. You'll have the courage of your conviction to do what you think is right. You will stand up for truth. You would not take any opponent of any size, any proportions right now. You would want to battle through anything that looks wrong to you in your personal life. If you feel that something is not in balance, something is not fair, something is not right by the code, something is not following what rules and standards your personal life deserves, you will have the courage to stand up against that. You will not take oppression. You will not be okay with secrets. You will not be okay with something coming out which is not up to your standard, even at a physical level in your home. You'll want to fix it. You would want to go ahead and find meaning and more fulfillment in your personal life, in your home life, because you need that base to support you. Your home family is your source of expansion, is your source of support, is your source of fulfillment and happiness. It's your source of inspiration. So getting that right is definitely a priority. It would take some energy. It will take some multitasking, because a lot of energy, a lot of work is going on in parallel when it comes to socializing, when it comes to networking, when it comes to connecting with people. Maybe you're traveling in parallel. So there's some amount of multitasking required. But at the same time, this is what helps you. This is what soothes you. This is what will bring positivity in your life. Fixing something in the house, getting something done in the house, coloring the house, using bright colors in a new house, moving to a bigger property, or just enhancing the value of your property in some way. Having a big family get together where people are there. This is your support system which is getting reinforced. Your intuition is getting reinforced. Your security is getting reinforced. And this is your growth area. Then from 18th of September, as I mentioned, this drive that you have to give birth to your creativity at a wider scale, where you're looking to publish something, get acceptance, get social status in July on something, again, that energy now meets with Pluto. There is obsession, there is intent, there is focus, there is a lot of energy being expended there in parallel, along with what's happening in your home and family sector. And to some extent, the two support each other, feeling more secure, feeling more happy in your personal life. It will flow into your vigor to give birth to your business. It will give you more confidence, and you'll feel very confident. The positivity of this is humongous for you, because it's in positive aspect with you. So from 18th to 21st, 22nd, even 23rd of June, there'll be a lot of energy to get a lot of stuff done. You'll think, talk ahead of time. You'll be doing work both for your business. You'll be networking with people, you'll be socializing, as well as fixing whatever is required in home. You'll have confidence to get things done moving, which was stuck for some time. And after, if there's any hindrance that is coming, you will not accept it. Your desire is so high, your curiosity is so high, your drive is so high, your motivation and physical endurance is so high. You'll barrel through anything which is coming in your path right now. There's strong actions, strong follow through, and a lot of discipline and focus which is coming with it. It's very, very decisive. You will shock others with the amount of work you'll get done right now. You'll have a lot of focus to get stuff done. This is especially true if you have planets between 21 degree to 23 degree of Virgo, which is around 14th to 16th of September, even 13th of September to 16th. You'll find yourself just getting a lot of stuff done, and it's the time to do it. You need to get this through before around, in my view, 24th of June, sorry. So before 24th of June, getting a lot of things done is important, because your ruler is going invisible after 24th of this month. So your ability to think through, to communicate, to talk with people, to get things through in writing will reduce after 24th. So getting things done before 24th of June, in my view, is idealistic. Even all the way till 26th of June, just try and get get stuff on paper, get documentation through, get a website if you're looking to launch a website, getting the details of it through. This is excellent energy to get the details right between 18th to about 22nd, 23rd, even though confusion and personal life and a little bit of distraction for personal life is there. But getting things right when it comes to your business, you'll have a lot of focused energy, decisive energy, a lot of deep investigative energy, and you'll take very strong actions. Things to be careful of while all of this happening, because it's a very strong aspect. There are higher risk of us going too quick, speaking too fast, acting too fast, and it's going to be a little bit ego fight which comes with it. There'll be combative energy. When Mars and Mercury are together on 18th or 19th, people will be very sensitive and a little bit egoistic in their communication. So being careful of that. There can be combative arguments with powerful people in the business network who you want to keep relationships with, who will help you, friends who can help you, driven more by security or difference of opinion that you want to be careful about. You won't have your usual patient self, because we can be very impatient, very impulsive. It's a nervous energy. It's high energy which needs to be used. So working out, doing whatever is needed for your business, for your big wealth, for your networking, use that energy in a productive manner. Otherwise, it will circulate in the mind. It can make us obsessive about a negative thought. It can make us obsessive about an idea. We can get manipulative influences, especially Neptune is going retrograde on 21st. Misinformation will be high. People lying will be high. You'll be able to cut through that because you have the acute acumen and intuition to cut through crap. But confusion, misinformation will be high. At the same time, inspiration and drive is high. So this is an easy mix of getting into an accidental situation that you want to be careful about. Secrets can come out. We can find manipulative influences coming to open. There's lack of control on actions in general on those dates, and even from global events perspective, it's not a very it is a day when we can come out of an oppressive situation. We are shown the lessons of being assertive in a controlling situations, but at the same time people can go very overboard and react in a very aggressive manner. We don't have full information. There is going to be a lot of confusion right now. So we'll feel strongly about things without having full facts. This is especially true with your partnerships. There will be confusion on what your client is. There could be a confusion with a client. Client communication can be confusing, or communication with your partner can be confusing. Communication with your business partner can be confusing, but we'll feel very strongly to react to a misinformation. It can result in a creative breakthrough if we were blocked. It can lead to a breakthrough if the situation was stagnant, we were not able to make progress. There's a lot of energy to start things up, but there's a lot of energy to rile things up as well. So that's what I want you to be a little bit careful of, so you can use it in a positive manner, because the actions are based on intense passion. And Mars is underwater. Mars is not on in its best sign. So we are. It's like going fast inside water, churning inside water. We're not getting anywhere, but we're making a lot of noise. We're making a lot of dust. So we can waste energy on things that are not really worth your time. People who are not worth your time. And Mars rules your mind and your talk. So both need to be a little bit balanced, but it's in positive energy with you. I think you'll get a lot of stuff done in a very, very productive manner, because it's easier for you, especially 18th, 19th, when the negative energy is a little bit high. Capricorn moon is in positive energy with you. You are able to control things. You're able to balance things out by being objective on those dates. Then on 21st of June, as I said, Neptune will go retrograde till about 27th of November. So from now all the way till September, some facts on how to make a partnership work, how to make a client relationship work, how to make a relationship work with somebody can come out over the course of from now all the way till September. This is especially true if you have planets around 18 degree all the way till 15 degree or 14 degree of Virgo, which is around 10th or 11th of September born to all the way back around 7th or 8th of September. So few days before, few days after. That's when the birthing in September happens. 22nd, 23rd, 24th is Pisces moon. We are very emotional, but something is coming to fruition. Something is ending, something is completing in your life. Then on 21st of June, we have solstice. A new season begins and we start bearing the fruits of all the labor that you've done so far. In the season of Cancer, from 21st of June all the way till 22nd of July becomes the time of coming into limelight. Showing our talents, presenting our talents at a wider scale will be the focus, especially when the eclipses happen in July. The focus is on your hopes and dreams, your vision, giving birth to a new life, giving birth to a new vision, a new long-term vision of life, which comes with you unblocking your talents, unblocking any barriers, taking more risk on your talents, and presenting yourself in your full colors to a larger set of audience. Between 23rd, 22nd of June all the way till 25th of June, we have Venus in your house of career, which is positive, meeting Jupiter. So there's a lot of positive energy in your career that flows with that. You'll be working on some creative solutions from 22nd of June all the way till 25th of June. When it comes to your career, very, very creative solutions in career could come up which you have not thought of before. But we can go a little bit overboard when it comes to spending money. So being careful if you're traveling for work or purely food wise, we can go a little bit overboard. This is not happening in your area of love, but if there's a meeting which happens with a new person between 23rd to 25th of June, I want you to be a little bit careful because we can be very permissive when it comes to the person who we are letting into our life at that time, when it comes to personal relationship. Similarly, are we paying way too much when it comes to a client situation? We might be very open to spending on clients, which is fine as long as you're aware that we are going a little bit overindulgent here. We can overpromise to clients here. We want to be careful on that. It's very positive for getting support, attracting support, negotiations, getting what you truly want out of a client situation, out of a career situation. It's very, very positive and fruitful, especially if you have planets between 17 to 19 degree of Virgo, which is around 8th to 11th September born. You can really sell anything on those dates. It's very, very powerful. But at the same time, risking money is what I want to be careful about because emotions are high and wrong judgment in a personal situation and in a financial situation is possible. Your ruler, Mercury, will be going retrograde in July, which means that the discussions will go back and forth when it comes to this launch. It could be that the website you're launching or the product you're launching or the people who you're launching to, the fan base, the clients, the business network who you're launching your talents to, requires more negotiation over the course of next couple of weeks all the way till middle of August. So there'll be some back and forth which you can expect on topics which are being discussed towards end of June, especially after 26th of June. After 26th of June, Mercury enters Leo. Your ruler enters a sign which is very flamboyant, which is very bold. So the communication with people will be very bold. But at the same time, people will not really listen to each other. When we see people being too bold, sometimes mistakes are made and which requires back and forth. So Mercury will be pulled back in July to take a step back and rework some of the things that you might be experiencing towards end of June. It could be just that the negotiations need more time, business negotiations need more time, even investment ideas. If there are investment ideas that are coming towards end of June, keep your eye on the look for it. if they're get rich quick kind of schemes, you want to be wary of them, and there will be many people peddling things to you. As I said, you will attract a few users this month, so be careful of that towards end of the month, that the things that are happening, they would just require more revision when it comes to documentation, when it comes to financial matters, when it comes to business negotiations. And on 27, 28, 29, the Taurus moon is in positive aspect with you. It's easy energy which is coming your way. But at the same time, there is one hurdle on 27th of June that you need to cross to get there. Venus-Pluto meeting on 27 can be a little bit of power struggle in a personal situation or in a financial negotiation that you want to be careful of. This is especially true if you have planets around 22, 23 degree of Virgo, which is if you're born around 13th or 14th of September, you want to be careful on 27th of June of power struggles. At the same time, you don't want to hold back your ability to connect with people on these dates, because Sun and Chiron are meeting. Sometimes we block our vision, we don't dream as big because in the past certain dreams have not come to fruition. That is the lesson of this aspect, that don't hold back your ambition, because in the past maybe there were things that did not work out in personal situation or in professional situation. You don't want past to be the guide here. You have Sun and Uranus meeting together. Future is your guide. A new tomorrow, a new vision is unveiling itself. On 2nd of July, when we have a new moon, which is a total solar eclipse in your house of vision, we're starting a new life. So the old hurt and the old loss has no place in that new life for you. Just working towards that new goal, this new business, this new big wealth idea, this new higher vision you have of your life, it will help you. At the same time, on 16th of July, we have a lunar eclipse. So a completion of a creative project, completion of a idea where you took a risk on yourself. It could be a business idea, it could be a romance. Something is coming to completion which requires you to step away from your comfort zone, which you have done in the month of June and worked ahead of this. The 2nd of July eclipse, which is starting a new vision, is happening at 10 degree of Cancer, which makes it very potent for people who have planets around 10 or 11 degree of Virgo, which is around 2nd or 3rd of September born. They'll find a new vision, a completely new start. But most of us will be affected. Most of you will be affected by that because it's a total solar eclipse. It's very strong. And then on 16th of July, we have a lunar eclipse, which completes something where we need to let go something. So an old model of creativity is being given up. Maybe an old project is coming to completion here. Something is finishing and ending in a positive fashion for you. This is happening at 24 degree. So you have planets around 24 degree of Virgo, which is around 16th, 17th September born. This is an easy flow of a completion of a creative or a romantic chapter for you. So that's coming to a fruition on those dates. So this is the brief of what's happening. I'm sorry it was a long video, but I hope it helps you. I'll see you in July now when we have the big eclipses. Good luck for that. Thank you, Virgo.